unless you want to be gutted like a fish.
I hope it wasn't too much trouble, Silas.
It was nothing.
It was greatly beneficial to our survival to be able to, in a matter of moments, know who are we dealing with. So we already know that, 1, Delilah does not mind at all Silas's dark side, and though he is very refined, he also is quite a dangerous individual.
Have we met before?
We learn that Delilah is exceptionally perceptive. She notices that Percy is looking at her in a way that wouldn't be as someone that does not know her. And I love that when she drinks from her wine glass, as she notices, she places the wine glass so that we see Percy's image through the blood red wine. She can see the look behind his glare, that anger is seething and he's just barely able to control it.
The sad reality is that the Girolos abdicated. They abandoned their people to rot.
Bias!
When you're having an adversarial relationship or you're up against someone, you want to get into their head. You want to bring them to the point where they're no longer able to think, because if they get angry enough, it actually shuts off the part of their brain, that working memory. And because of that, they become limbic. They become at the will of their most base primal reactions. She's able to find out what cards Percy is holding. And when you're playing a game of poker, you want to keep your cards to yourself. But unfortunately, Percy's been going through so many years of torment and his own guilt that Delilah was able to poke at just the right parts. And when she saw him reacting, then she knew that she was onto something, and she could find out exactly who he was and what he wanted.
I think we will retire for the night.
It was a lovely dinner. We especially enjoyed the company. So refined.
Oh, and that last little hint, you saw that even though Percy yelled and screamed, they were both cool as a cucumber, calm, relaxed. This didn't bother them. This is nothing compared to the things that they've been up against. And that last little tiny dig, that's just to keep him off of his game. You want people to remain inside of your head. She's been living rent-free in Percy's head for all these years, and she wants him to know that she bested him so that she keeps him from feeling stable and calm, which would give her mentally the advantage.
They have my book!
A minor inconvenience, my love.
But that tome contains details of
It
our...
will avail them of nothing. We have the means of retrieving it, don't we?
He's so commanding and reassuring, a cold-blooded killer to everyone else, but he's able to soothe her with a look, his voice, and a touch. A really good showing of a relationship's health is how do they soothe and comfort each other when one is in distress, or both of them are. It's really easy to be nice and kind when everything is going well. But when one person is in distress and the other person can calm them with a word and a look, that's a really good showing of a very strong bond. There are these brutal killers. We're not supposed to like them, but their relationship together, you can see how strong their bond is, how charismatic they are, how united they are in their plight. And that's really endearing.
Excuse me, did we win a prize?
Yes, little one. You've been chosen for a very special event.
This shows how strong they feel about this endeavor, that you would think that Delilah may be warmed by this cute little child that's giggling and so excited. But you can see from her face that this doesn't matter at all. I think that it's important to show that everything she will put on the line for Silas.
Liar! Silas, please, hold on. This is not the end.
The reasons for them doing this, for starting on this venture, was one of love and loss and not wanting to lose the person that we will do anything for. We can relate to that. And when we can relate to that, that means that we can feel their pain and hurt also. This is so much more than just a black and white situation. Plus, their relationship itself is also so deep and so strong. It's something that probably all of us will want to have in our own lives. Not to this extreme level of wiping out a whole city or country or world for, but can't most of us understand that need if we ever lost someone that is truly dear to us? All of the lengths that we would go in order to get them back, if only for a moment, if only just for a chance. That's what makes Delilah and Silas such a poignant and heartbreaking story.
Silas, it worked.
I should be down there.
No, you are more precious to me than you'll ever know.
And I believe her. I don't even think that Silas really knows the lengths that Delilah has gone to make sure that they stay together. And him putting himself at risk when they don't have to, that isn't something that she wants to even chance, because over anything, she can't lose him. He matters more to her than anything else on this earth. When we care about something so much, that can cloud our judgment. It can make us do things that we wouldn't normally do, want things that we normally wouldn't want, because that primal kind of love, it actually activates the older part of our brains, the same part that deals with anxiety and anger. And so because of that, it kind of shuts off our working memory. That's when we do things and we look back and go, why did I even do that? Well, we were overcome by that strong emotion that, just like anxiety and anger, one of these survival mechanisms, it shuts off our thinking part of our brain, the cognitive part that we're so proud of, and then we just go through the things that we need to survive, because our need for love, our bonding with others, is innate to our own survival. If I was supposed to, but I felt so much pain watching Delilah lose Silas. One is because she watched him die, and that feeling of powerlessness when you care about someone so much and you've almost lost them once, you can often become really controlling and try to protect them and keep them out of harm's way and try to control all the environment around you so something bad won't happen. But the problem is that the things that we try to control actually control us, and that control is an illusion. You can't control everything. To hear that primal scream of that loss, I really felt it. Like, I think that I would have felt better if they had died together or died protecting each other. I would feel like that would be a completion to their unit, but I'm not supposed to be feeling so much empathy for them. Or am I? Am I the only one? But I do, and I know that they've done all of these horrible things, and to have her lose the one thing that's most important to her is probably a very fitting end.
You promised! This can't be all there is!
And so Delilah goes back to an old pattern, a pattern that worked before. A lot of the times our maladaptive behavior patterns or our defense mechanisms, the things that we used to use to survive, are no longer beneficial or don't work anymore. But when there's nothing else, we often go back to these old habits in hoping that they'll work as they did once or cause us the same relief that they used to. For Delilah, that final realization that she went through all of these stages of grief so quickly, ending up with denial, even though she tried to do the exact same thing, it didn't work.
You may have stopped me today. Whispered One will finish what we began.
Rivers will flow with the blood of...
I think that was actually a merciful thing for Cassandra to do for Delilah. I think that the worst thing would have been for her to have to live out her existence without her one true love, Silas. And if you want to make sure that you're psychologically aware, keep on watching this channel. And while watching my videos is a great way to get familiar with the basics of psychology, if you want to gain an understanding of the basics of computer science, physics, quantum mechanics, game theory, and everything you need to be prepared for bringing out the brightest you, check out today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is the online interactive STEM learning platform with a growing catalog of courses specifically crafted to help you learn concepts by working through them yourself in visual, hands-on ways. And all of their lessons are presented in bite-sized pieces, so you can learn at your own pace. No pressure, and if you ever feel stuck, Brilliant has in-depth explanations that break down the material even more. Like their algorithm neural network and machine learning courses that let you shift blocks of pseudocode around, that give you immediate feedback, and that gets results. It's like you're solving puzzles or games, and the whole time you're learning how artificial intelligence really works. To get started for free, visit brilliant.org/Georgia Dow or click on the link in the description, and the first 200 people will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Just click on the button on the screen or check out brilliant.org/Georgia Dow. Clicking on that button really does help this channel, and so does clicking on the playlist above for more great videos. So let me know, what is your favorite Delilah and Silas moment? Did you feel heart-wrenched by him dying and hope that something else happened, or was I the only one? And if you have any other thoughts, you can leave them in the comments below.